All right. Week 16, Game Recognized Game Podcast. Justice CJ talking about how to win the game of love, life, relationships, business, and kind of just going over who's taking the W's this week and who's taking the L's this week. It looks like CJ's taking a W this week. He got a haircut, I see
Hey
it.
man, they're trying to say they're trying to shut down everything. So I was like, let me get this haircut real quick before Thanksgiving's coming up, Christmas, pictures and family everywhere. So I was like, let me just get this haircut, before they shut down the barbershops and everything. So,
Man, I see you went, you went this whole 2009 Drake, huh? Our God album. Oh man. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. Like Magic, I listened to like a lot of The Weeknd lately. Big fan of the new album. Like some people don't like this new sound. I'm like, I actually kind of like The Weeknd. So
yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
it's whatever. But somehow like Magic Jordan just like slipped it into like the Spotify playlist and stuff. He had one song in there. I'm like, who is this? And it's like Magic Jordan. I'm like, this guy still exists? Like, why aren't you?
Yeah, I know. Because they're trying to. I don't know.
There's something about that OVO team that I'm just like, man. If your name's not Drake and you're on the OVO team, it's just
exactly. Kind of like I don't know, like he's kind of because we compared Drake to the LeBron. He's like the LeBron of the rap game.
Yeah.
So I think he's kind of like it's like Clutch Sports, like how LeBron was doing the Lakers like this offseason. Like unless you're from Clutch Sports, like you ain't getting no new deals. You ain't like buy. Like unless you in OVO, like unless you're LeBron, like you're not the one who's gonna be like the face of the like. Everyone else is gonna get those small deals. Okay, cool, yeah,
those role player deals.
KCP just played his heart out in the playoffs, right? But he's still, hey man, just take the small deal. Keep the big deal for AD and LeBron.
I mean, I think you put it really well though. So like, because like LeBron, if you're a star player, it's not in your favor to really be like on a LeBron James team because you're gonna have a diminished role and you're gonna look like you're not as valuable. But if you're a role player, it's great for you because now you look better because he puts you in better situations. He puts you like you're wide open all the time. So people like Rondo, people like KCP is a good example. Markieff Morris. These dudes are kind of like just average dudes, just run-of-the-mill dudes. But then you play with LeBron. LeBron literally gets Tristan Thompson, another good example of a guy who's like all of a sudden people are like, oh my God, this guy's such a great center. I'm like, no, he's just
he's not. Yeah.
You play with LeBron and you're a role player, you're a basic dude. He'll make you like Rodney Hood, like all of a sudden that. But yeah, so that's the thing. Like if you're a basic rapper, you're not really doing anything. You get on OVO, like you're kind of better than you were before. But if you actually had like some talent and you were going places, you go on OVO, it's like
that's how you don't see
all the shine is gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that just leads us to our first topic, man. I think shout out to someone who's taking a W this week. Lakers and free agency. I listened to your other podcasts. Shout out to this Straight Up with CJ show. If you guys haven't listened already, go ahead and check that out. Skip over the Lakers stuff because it was all cap. We have a biased opinion here.
No, this is coming from a former Laker fan, man. I got nothing but good relationships, good memories from the Lakers. He just came off a championship, so I got nothing bad to say about him. But it's facts.
We can all take a lesson from the Lakers and just say, even when you're winning, even when you're out there, you're doing everything you got to do. You always find a way to get better. You always find a way. Hey, you know what? Let me improve. Because you know what it is.
You're not in competition. Did they get better though?
Yeah.
It seems like this has become like a, hey, if you want a championship, come play with LeBron right now before he retires. Come on, everybody. Time's running out.
Hater.
You know, you want a ring? Come play with LeBron. Wesley Matthews, they interviewed him. They're like, oh, what's the most important thing to you right now? He's like, getting a championship's the most important thing to me right now. Oh, all of a sudden? Where were you three years ago? The last 3 seasons, it didn't matter to you? It was just, I'm trying to get better. I was just trying to get better. Man, get out of here, man.
They didn't even know who the star player was. They didn't even know who the coach was going to be.
Marcus Gasol, you won a championship with Toronto. Not last season, but the season before that. Cool. Either retire.
What do you? Don't just say with Toronto. With Kawhi. Okay.
So why don't you just? He wants to continue playing, but he wants to win another. Oh, where should I go? Oh, LeBron James. Let me go to the Lakers. Oh, LeBron wants to be like Kobe so bad. Oh, let me get a Gasol brother in here too. Let me win a ring with the Gasol brother. Come on, man, get out of here, bro. Don't say. And then he get who else they pick up? Dennis Schroeder. Mm-hmm. And then they pick up Montrezl Harrell. Like, just the look is like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, they got both 6 men of the year.
Those are good picks. Those are good picks. But at the same time, it's like, okay, like what does that do for y'all? Well, y'all just switched out players and replaced them with other players that aren't really like, but not really though. Not really though. Like Montrez. So now, and this is the thing. This is the thing that happens. Laker fans, and hey, I was a Laker fan too, so I was guilty of it. All fans. When you get new players, you make them seem like they're like Kobe. You make them seem like, hey, this dude last season he went off. He was shooting 50% from the 3-point. No, he wasn't. He wasn't doing none of that. Y'all just think he was doing that because he's on your team now. Wesley Matthews was out there. He wasn't really doing nothing. I mean, we know what he can do, but he wasn't really doing nothing. Marcus Gasol, same thing. He's getting old. He's not really doing nothing. But everyone, we got Marcus Gasol. We upgraded from JaVale McGee.
He just won a championship 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
What was he doing in the bubble? He was in the spotlight. Kawhi. Exactly. So it's not like, it was Marcus Gasol. He was actually a factor. Nah.
You see, here's my problem with you, though. You would criticize anyone the Lakers got. If the Lakers would have got Ibaka instead of Harrell,
I like Ibaka though.
Oh no.
Hold on. No. Hold on. See, I think Ibaka got something. The Clippers picked him up, right?
Yeah.
See, if the Lakers picked up Ibaka, that would actually be yes. You know, I like Ibaka, man. From a Flizzy chef.
Anybody the Lakers would have got it, you would have criticized it.
No, that's not true. I like Ibaka. I like Ibaka. I like my African brother. I like Ibaka.
Lakers get Giannis. Oh, now it's not even.
Because I like AD. I like AD. I like Kuzma. I like Dwight. I like when they picked up Dwight. It's just some play. I like Caruso. It's just some players you don't. I know, but it's like the rest. It just doesn't. Rondo. I like Rondo. I mean, everybody likes.
We all like Rondo.
Certain players you like. Like when every Laker team, there's always that one dude you're like, oh, I like this dude from that team. He's come to the Lakers. Oh yeah, that's cool. When we got Shannon Brown coming to the Lakers, it was like, oh, Shannon Brown. Oh, he's a dunker. Oh, he's cool. Trevor Ariza. Oh, he's a dunker. We get cool people come to the Lakers. Like, okay, Swaggy P. Oh, okay, cool. He got some swag to him. Yeah. Who are these dudes?
No.
Who are these dudes?
You're not a real Laker fan. It's all about the dubs, bro. All about the W's. That's all we care about.
Nah, man. They don't. You know what they care about that shine. You know what they care about. It's LA, bro. It's LA.
We finally got some dudes who can actually have LeBron sit out, and these dudes are not giving up the game. Finally. So now you're about to see Lakers dominate.
I'll say this. They have players who are dogs now. They got some dogs. They got some dudes who are gonna go out and be scrappy. But don't say they got some. That's AD's job. We're gonna see if AD can continue to, when LeBron's out, take over, the slack. But they didn't pick up nobody. They didn't pick up a Bradley Beal type player. They didn't pick up that third man we hope Kuzma can do that. I'm a Kuzma fan too. But
he done, bro.
It's they didn't pick up no, third man or helper. They just picked up some, pieces.
Don't need them. I mean, I like what they did. The whole point is, they got better. They tried to.
They're still. Yeah, they're still. I say they're still number one in the West.
Because when we saw Danny Green missing wide open shots, we see KCP like missing wide open dunks.
That's how you lose your job.
Like now we got some players where it's like, okay, I can trust this guy. Take what a wide open shot. I can trust Dennis Schroeder to do his thing and not have to be like set up to shoot all the time.
I like Dennis Schroeder. It's the thing is, but hey, they're still going to be number one in the West. I see them going number one.
What was the what W did you have this week? Who do you think's taking a win?
Let's see. And the whole free agency, NBA move, and all that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Man. Well, first off, I want to congratulate all the draftees, everyone who got drafted, in the 2020 draft. My prediction was spot on. That top three. We got Anthony Edwards going number one to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I like that. I'm happy for my boy D'Angelo Russell over there. They got a young squad. And then you got Wiseman going to the Warriors. Mm-hmm. Real quick, also, prayers out to Klay Thompson. That sucks for the Warriors, man. That sucks for them.
It happens.
Yeah. But yeah, and then you got LaMelo Ball. Everyone was saying he was going to go number 1 or 2. I knew he was going to go 3. I'll say this, only because of the how the lottery kind of fell. Mm-hmm. Like, let's say if it was differently, like the Charlotte Hornets were first, I think LaMelo would have went first. I just don't think LaMelo would have fit on Minnesota or the Warriors. But yeah, so everyone who got drafted, yeah, that's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time the Hornets had a star player, like drafted or in general. Like I can't remember.
Oh, nobody. Yeah.
It's really interesting. This kid has a lot on his shoulders right now to see if he can carry that city.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously all these dudes' lives are changed. When you really think about it, like these dudes are what, like 18, 19? Mm-hmm. Like imagine like us like out of high school, like, hey, like, hey, my son's going to the NBA. Like, damn, bro, like that would be crazy.
You see that one kid out of the Knicks, Obi Toppin?
Obi Toppin, yeah.
Yeah, that dude was like crying and shit. Like, I honestly, like, if you're just like, imagine you just wake up and like not only is your dream coming true, but like you're also like a millionaire instantaneously as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
But like, it was just, he was like, man, he couldn't even talk or anything. It was just like, damn, like, bro, I think, are you crying because you got drafted, or are you crying because you're going to the Knicks? Like, I don't really know.
But yeah, shout out to all those guys are all, they worked hard for where they, got to be. Even Wiseman, someone who couldn't play anymore in Memphis because of, his issues with, the NCAA and all that stuff. He's still getting drafted. So these dudes worked hard, and see, they're about to make a whole bunch of money. Man. The NBA is being an athlete, a black athlete is so big shout out to them. But yeah, free agency moves and stuff like that. I don't know. I like the Suns. I like what they were doing. They got Chris Paul to join Devin Booker. I think we talked about this last week, but just to make them better, we all want to see Devin Booker into the playoffs, see what he can do. And then the Thunder. I think the Thunder made for a team that lost everybody. I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do in the next season. They got a whole bunch of draft picks, so I'm interested to see. They're like the new Sixers, Celtics, and you see how over time how they just got a whole bunch of these star players: Embiid, Simmons, Tatum, Jaylen Brown, all these dudes. So yeah, we'll see. But the Lakers, I think they got better. DeMarcus Cousins went to the Rockets, I think. But we still don't know what's going on with Russ and Harden. So, but yeah, well, there's a bunch of Anthony Davis still hasn't signed yet with LA. So I don't know what he's waiting for.
Why are you bringing?
Why isn't he signed yet?
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean? Why doesn't it matter?
It's
y'all saying no. LA is.
Give him. Hey, he's with his family. He's on vacation right now. He don't want to work on vacation, bro. Let him enjoy his family. Just won a championship.
It's just a signature. Exactly. What do you have to think about? You just won a championship. Sign the contract. Extend it.
Let Lakers handle our business. Okay?
He knows because he knows he's like damn this isn't the LA I thought I was getting into.
You know what Anthony Davis is doing right now? I just saw this. I watched an old Kobe clip of when Shaq got like fouled out of the Indiana Pacers game in the finals. Kobe had to take over. Kobe's first shot, between the legs, step back over Reggie Miller, hits the thing, and as he's going back, he's going like this. Relax, I got it. I got it.
Okay, why isn't he signed, man? Hey. He knows. He's like, LeBron's setting up this team, right? But when he leaves, how's it gonna look? He doesn't like how it looks with Montrezl Harrell and Dennis Schroeder.
We don't just
Dennis Schroeder and Montrezl Harrell by his side after LeBron leaves. LeBron's like, okay, thanks, guys, I'm out. AD's left there with KCP and Alex Caruso and no cap space or something.
Can you name the good players, please? You name me these random.
Who else? Markieff Morris.
Montrezl Harrell. Come on, bro. We still got our squad. Anyways, I don't want to talk to a Laker hater the whole time. They hate us because they ain't us. But Lakers gonna repeat. It's obvious. Another W. I think this was early on in the week for me. Maybe even a little of last week was my boy Jeezy. I honestly don't know when he dropped the Young, but Jeezy versus Gucci Mane. Jeezy took the dub. I have to give him this is actually he's actually one of my MVPs of the week. Actually, I'll probably give it to him, to be honest, because the versus thing, I'm not a big fan of either person, to be honest. Probably more Gucci Mane just because he has more bangers, actual turn up club bangers and stuff, whereas Jeezy's music is more
I'd probably say more.
It's not really his music's not really club bangers. It's just more probably a little bit more mainstream type stuff. Almost like the gangster rap stuff.
Growing up, I think Jeezy, at least for me, Jeezy was always better, lyrically. His
well, definitely, yeah.
I've always liked his songs better.
But they weren't bangers, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they weren't Gucci Mane, his songs, it wasn't until later I started liking Gucci Mane because I was and it was because I was you know what? Forget it's not all gonna be about lyrics. Not everyone's gonna be like Lil Wayne, fire lyrics every line. Sometimes it's just about the sound of it. And Gucci Mane was trap beats and all that. I was okay, I mean it sounds cool. So that's what Gucci Mane is. But
I think the big difference too was Jeezy kind of raps about the gangster sort of lifestyle and that sort of mentality, where Gucci's kind of rapping more about flex rap, kind of flexing on you type shit, and a little bit more trap, coming out the trap and stuff like that. So his music is just more it's cooler to really turn up to, because it's I'm so icy, it's whereas I put on for my city is that's cool when I'm in the gym, I guess, or you're kind of writing by yourself.
Hey, but that's what it was, man. That's when you playing that NBA Live and I put on for my city. That's when you're okay.
Yeah, I like that song, but I'm okay, if we're actually in the club, we're not gonna turn up to that. But I do like the Kanye part. He comes in there really he ripped a really nice verse on that. But anyways, I think Jeezy won the verses, in my opinion. I think even though I thought Gucci Mane didn't have better songs, Gucci Mane did hit him with the diss tracks. But when you're you're in that environment, you got to think about, okay, what's the game being played here? The game, in my opinion, was okay, these guys aren't just doing this for their health. There has to be something going on. Right the next day, what happened? You saw Jeezy doing a press tour on all the different radio publications. Hot 97, The Breakfast Club, and he's promoting an album. I didn't see Gucci Mane with anything. So I'm check one for Jeezy. So now you just took. I saw at one point they had almost 2 million people, a bunch of celebrities watching their fucking shit, and this is the only dude who has like something to promote, something to actually leverage all the attention from. So check one on his box right there. Number two, they're having this battle, and then what's his name starts dissing him, stops the whole thing. It's like, yo, man, let's stop the violence, let's squash the beef, let's blah blah blah. Jeezy initiated that, so now he's the one who's sort of like the leader in control. And not only is he squashing the beef, that's sort of like probably detrimental to him throughout the whole city in terms of splitting the city apart. He can't work with certain people. Now he's uniting everybody, so he looks good on that part. And then he's also uniting like the people who are the younger generation, setting a good example for those guys to be like, hey, let's stop killing each other, like King Von and some of these other like people who just died and things of that nature. So now he's winning there. So now he looks like a good Samaritan. He looks like someone who's for the people, where Gucci looks petty as fuck for trying to keep things going. And the third thing is Jeezy's has the only wife in rap, maybe even the black community, who's come out and stated on a woman's talk show, I fully submit to Jeezy in my marriage.
That's not going to stand because she's not black herself. So
fair enough. But that may be a plus though, because maybe
it helps the argument of certain arguments. But
what does that even say though? A girl who's not black, maybe from a race that could be seen as higher class than black people. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, hey, maybe you can see Asian people think that, whatever. A person of a different race, person who probably has more accolades than most black women in America, is coming out and saying, I submit fully to this gangster rapper in my marriage. And what I'm saying is, this is the only rapper that you've ever heard of where his wife is coming out publicly. Not only publicly as in like, oh, I was on TMZ. I was on the #1 women's talk show saying whatever this dude says, like in the household, he that dude, and I just do whatever he said. The only dude, bro. Probably in any industry where people are in the spotlight, where you're talking about celebrities and stars, when you have a climate where you're seeing Johnny Depp's in trouble, all these people getting Me Too'd, Cardi B suing Offset or trying to divorce Offset, all these divorces are happening and all this different stuff. This guy has a wife who literally is on the other side saying, whatever this guy says, I'm down. So, again, Jeezy, MVP of the week, man. I haven't seen anything like it before in my life. The guy supposedly owns a whole street on Atlanta and maybe a little bit in Florida too. I'm like, bro, what else is there? Not only is Gucci killed off, but now once you look at the full spectrum, I'm like, man, this guy promoted an album, beat you on the verses, has a wife who's it's over, bro. What else is there?
It's just a perfect episode of Power. You got Ghost over here. He's trying to be a good, family man. His life is, changed. He's trying to promote his, his album here. He's on the right path. And you got Gucci over here, 50 Cent's character over here trying to, steer him back into that life. Like, remember when I killed Joe Parker? Trying to, get him riled up. And Ghost was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my cool. I'm gonna let the media, eat you alive, and you turn the other cheek. And that's what happens, man. That's what happens. So shout out to Power for teaching us the right way, and Jeezy, he's continuing that path. And that's a perfect I guess person to, when we talk about machiavellian right now in these times. I mean, that's someone to say, give an MVP nod to. So shout out to Jeezy.
Fair enough. What do you want to get into next? Did you have something that you want to talk about?
Especially on MVPs. Let's take it to the women. Let's take it to the women. You know, we giving the men shine. You know, women can be machiavellian too. You know, women can be machiavellian too. I know it's not a popular. It's not a popular. Opinion, but it's true. It's true. You know, there's different ways. Right now, this week, Cardi B. You know, she was named the Woman of the Year. You know, by Billboard. You know, it's not too important. You know, Billboard is just they make the number one spots and top spots for their favorite songs in the world. So it's not that important. But she was named Woman of the Year. They named her Woman of the Year, and people weren't happy about it. You know, like I said, it's not a popular opinion, but hey, she's been doing her thing. Number one song, you know, got everybody, in their feelings about it. WAP, oh, what's WAP mean? Oh, what's WAP? Blah blah blah. You know, got everybody talking about it. Got everybody's grandmas on TikTok dancing to it and stuff like that. And then she got her on, TV interviewing Joe Biden, interviewing Bernie Sanders. You know, she's also getting political with it. Then you guys, hear from who you're about to vote for. You know, for the people who are into that. So she's, relating to, one demographic and relating to the other demographic. So she looks good on both sides. She's winning awards, music awards, the Grammys are, looking at what she's doing, she's doing it on both sides, the Black community, the white community, everybody's loving Cardi. So you gotta give Cardi what Cardi's due. She's doing her thing.
And according to Offset, she actually does clean.
Exactly. So I was telling you, it's you gotta it's these demographics. Some people got to see. Yeah, she's representing this culture, but you also got to you have to do your thing. Make sure you balance it out. And Billboard, it's not Jet Magazine. It's not a BET award. Nah, it's Billboard.
Oh man, Jet Magazine. So... it's not Essence.
It's not Ebony. It's not Ebony Magazine. So
well, okay. So my only thing with this is like, what is the what's the grading criteria? And also, who was number 2? You know what I mean? Because sometimes you could be like,
you mean for
Woman of the Year?
They just do it by like who was most active in the social nowadays, it's social media, who was trending the most, who was being the most influential for the year. In the year that, I mean, it was hard to really put yourself out there unless you were on social media.
I don't know,
because of Corona and everything. But I mean, if we go all the way back, Cardi B was one of the first people to be like, oh, I'm gonna make an OnlyFans. I think Black China and her were like the first people at first to be like, oh, I'm gonna make an OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. And she was like, but I'm not gonna do a show in my body. I'm just gonna do it to like, you guys have questions. Like I'm always in the tabloids. Like if you guys ever want to know the truth, like subscribe to my OnlyFans. I'll tell you guys there. Like, so she
I mean, I guess if you say like who other than her was like memorable this year, I guess it's really hard for me to remember like, okay, what other girl like did like
other than Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, but she was in the news for like such dumb stuff though. It's like
exactly
he was in there
if you want to so if you want to give it to somebody,
it's tough to give it to anyone else for sure.
Yeah,
fair enough, man. It's cool to see Black women coming up. And it's honestly like there is a weird double standard with girls. I don't like to give them too much props because I'm like, you guys are like it's more exploitation than anything. It's not even really like you guys have to really try that hard. But Cardi B did come up from a pretty rough background as a stripper and kind of like finessed her way up the ladder. And I have to admire a lot of her moves. Like she makes some pretty good moves. Like a lot of people endorsed a lot of political sides, Wayne and Lil Pump. And she actually got a lot of benefit from her endorsements and things of that nature. So hers actually worked out. So you got to like tip your cap a little bit to be like, yo, and then you make a #1 song, and then she saved her marriage. Not only did she save her marriage, but she also got a Rolls Royce out of that whole situation as well. So yeah, you got to tip your cap a little bit if you're someone who supports the Machiavellian culture.
Hey, and it's a good thing, and I mean we can double it up. I mean, because we were getting awards all week. It's a good thing when someone like you said, like a Black woman gets an award like that, because it makes other Black women not necessarily look good, but it gives you that opportunity. So I'm gonna bring up Michael B. Jordan. So he won Sexiest Man Alive for this year for People magazine. Now, for Black guys, it doesn't make you look good, but it gives you that opportunity. Now, when you go out, girls are going to be like, oh, Michael B. Jordan, yeah, he's cute. So they'll be thinking, maybe I should give Black guys a chance. If People magazine, this, white American magazine is saying this Black guy is, good looking,
this is true.
I'm maybe I'll give a Black guy a chance. Now, if you ain't a Michael B. Jordan type dude, I mean, either you're going to have to change up or you're going to just forget it.
Now, the one caveat, if I have to play devil's advocate, the one caveat is that it is the whole Black Lives Matter movement. It's very cool. Like, who else would you put on the cover? Like, it's very like
no. But cool this is a genuine because they've had John Legend on there, and you can. I mean, yeah, some of these dudes are like the white or the whitewashed or the token Black guy. Like for me, this is great news. For people like me, this is great news because it's like I'm already that type of Black guy to girls like that. So it's already like, okay, I'm already looked at like, okay, when I go to the club now, it's like, yeah, I'm here, Sexiest Man Alive. I already know my stock is up. So, but for like, and they've had like Idris Elba.
Fair enough.
Even then, it's like he's an English, like he has an English accent, like. So yeah, it's not gonna be to like those,
I'm just saying, just like you've seen those magazines where it's like, God, what are some magazines right now? Like, like Beauty magazine. It's like this like 400-pound girl now. It's like, oh, this girl is like, like Lizzo. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, we all know that like she's a beautiful soul. It's just cool music or whatever. But like, let's not like redefine what beauty means because of like, modern standards on like health.
I think, but it's already messed up. Like the problem is that the whole system is broken. Like the perception, people already made it seem like this is what's supposed to be beautiful. This is supposed to be like not okay. Like, so no matter what you say now is just, to me, it's just like stop capping. Like, oh, like you said, like, oh, we're going to have some, big girl on the cover just to show that. It's like, just shut up. Like, y'all know y'all capping. Like, y'all just saying that just to sell magazine.
Yeah, like, yeah, exactly.
Like, it's already meant. If that's really how you feel, the way you show that is by, making your clothes like that. Like, make it for all, not just, oh, we have a special, same thing. And not even just for that, even for Blacks too, like race too. It's like Kanye was saying that in that Joe Rogan interview. He was like, the day I know racism is like done is when they stop like specifically saying like, oh, this is an all Black cast, or this is like Black History Month.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have to put Black in front of it? Like, just, we should be, if it's that change, like it should just be like, History Month. Like,
that makes sense. I mean, I have like Michael B. Jordan on my wall, trying to get the the kill.
I mean, but yeah, that's,
I'm all for it.
I mean, yeah, guys go through it too. Girls are always like, oh, guys have this standard for girls. It's like, why do you think girls are the only like gender that complains about, I'm my self-esteem about my body? Like, you don't see a lot of guys going around like sad about their bodies. Like, either you're either you're not in good shape, but either you're, good, either you're all right, or you're a big dude and you're like, I'm a big dude. Like either you're fat and you're like, I'm a fat boy, or you're not. Like for girls, they can't be like, oh, I'm a fat girl. Like some do, but how far do they get? How far do they get? Like ones who are just like, I'm just gonna forget it. I'm comfortable. I'm just gonna let myself go.
Well, here's the thing though. And I think most people who understand this, who are watching this, is like, guys can attract girls with things other than their looks. Girls can really only attract guys with their looks. So that's why they'll focus on that more. Like, we don't care if the girl's smart and ugly. It's a wrap, bro. It ain't bad, it's it. We don't even want to talk. But if you're a guy and you're ugly, like, the girl will be like, well, what else does he have, though? It's like, oh, he's got money. Oh, okay, let me see what's up. Like I think there's that old joke right now where it's like, there's no such thing as an ugly billionaire. So as soon as Jay-Z became a billionaire, and now all of a sudden everyone's like, I always kind of like, he looks ugly, dude, still. But now he's got status and money, so now he's that dude.
What about women though? Like, why can't women? If a woman has money, she can be ugly.
Bro,
like if there's some type of
cap.
If there's some type of
I know you have a line. That's why. I know you have a boundary where you're like, I couldn't do this. I just this
if it was for the money.
I just can't.
If it was for the money, I promise you, like if we're talking like inheritance, I'm like those old women, like trust me, I'll do it. If I knew their time is short, hey, I'll make that sacrifice. I'll make sure they have the last few years of their lives. I promise you.
This Kuzma from Emperor's New Groove comes out. Nah, bro, you cap, bro. Cap.
She got those potions though. She could transform into some, form.
Cap.
She got those potions.
Oh man. Cap. I would like to see your bar though. I want to see like you to give me a picture and be like, yeah, this is how low as I would go. Maybe we'll do that one episode, maybe on the picture or something, where you're just like, all right, what about this one? We'll be like, and as soon as I see your face go like, that's when I know, all right, we got him. This is his line right here. He won't cross this.
Yeah, shout out to Michael B. Jordan again, another MVP. But yeah, it makes us look good, as in the Black community. So we keep winning this week. So,
dude, how funny would it be if Michael B. Jordan just like on his like Tinder account, it's just like a picture of his magazine.
Hey, I would do that, bro. I would
just like that. You just go out, like go out dinner somewhere, and just like reading your magazine, like. You're not gonna dance? You're like, nah, I'm just kind of busy, just reading the articles, so just trying to get caught up on.
Yeah. Hey man, that's a huge flex. That's a huge flex, man. Especially being young, because the other dudes who got it were like older, already married. This is a bachelor. So.
Yeah, I mean, man, he can probably pull a lot with that. That's interesting. I would love to interview him, just be like, yo, how has your life changed?
I don't know, but he seems, hey, I'm a huge Michael B. Jordan fan. Like, I love almost all his movies, majority of them. But he seems like one of those, like, they're one of your buddies, you go out, they're going to attract all the girls. Mm-hmm. But then when it comes to like, all right, let's do something, he's like, well, I don't know, man. Maybe we shouldn't talk to these girls, or I don't like this girl, because it's like, oh, shut up, come on. Like, he seems like one of those dudes, I don't know.
With standards?
Nah, not that, but just like, like the Drake type dudes. Like, they're like,
oh, he's already fallen in love with those other girls not even there.
Or like, he's just like, I don't know. Like, he's not, you would expect him to be like, oh man, he knows what he's doing. But like,
yeah, he's not like yeah, fair enough. A little bit empty. And honestly, from the movies that I've seen, I haven't really seen anything otherwise. Anything to say like, nah, he's not like that. So I don't know. But yeah, shout out to that dude making it easier making my life a lot easier. Let's see what I have. So, dude, I had, you know what? Our boy Future back in the news. I'm just gonna open this real quick. We love to talk about Future on this podcast. Future he's a regular on the show. Somewhat of a godfather of the Machiavellian lifestyle and how to kind of go about it, how to kind of move out here in this wilderness as a young man. How to kind of just like how to, like a boxer, you know, how to like hit and not get hit with these females. So I came across this article earlier today. It's kind of interesting. So apparently our boy has a new girlfriend, Des Dior, fake name, clearly. But I think she's a rapper, so that's probably what it is. Everybody trying to go with the Dior right now. So apparently this article is saying that this girl tried to take a picture of Future. But as you can clearly see, Future, like he put his head down on the phone. And the article was saying like, oh, Future and his new girlfriend, blah 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 blah. In his selfie, you can't see Future's face, but you can tell it's him by his tattoos. And I was like, okay, I gotta see the photo now. And we see the photo right here. This is another good move. Excellent move by your boy.
I mean, it's a last ditch effort. It's a last ditch effort. But at the end of the day, you can take if you want to lie about it, you can take the lie to your grave.
No, there's no lie. I'm not saying anything bad about this. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Here's another one where she's her by herself. But like, what I'm saying is, this is a good move on his part because like, this is something only girls do when they have a guy with a higher value than them.
Yeah.
Like, and this is just a sidebar. This is just some hors d'oeuvres. You know, you're like cooking a little bit, and like you get a little bit of fat. And you're just like, all right, you just put, you toss a little bit to the dog or something. This, if your girl is not showing you off, it's probably you're probably on your way out, or you're really not that dude in her life. Yeah. Girls will only show off guys that they're actually proud of. So even if you have a girlfriend or whatever, if you're not on her Instagram, you're not being displayed at all. She's probably just biding her time until a better dude can fill that spot. But anyways, so clearly she wants to show off this dude. Why? Because Future's that dude in the rap industry. But Future knows, yo, if I'm caught on camera clear as day, with this girl, all my options start to, it makes me look bad. It makes me, I kind of cheapen my brand a little bit if I just, clear as day say I have a girlfriend now. So what does he do? Strategically ducks his head and like now he has plausible denial. So now not only does she think like, oh, like I'm taking a picture with Future, I'm gonna pop off now. But Future can deny the fact that, oh no, what are you talking about? Well, I saw you with this girl. Like, what do you mean? You can't see his face. Oh, there's a guy who looks like you with your hair, your tattoos. I'm like, what? No.
You could say it's Lil Wayne, honestly.
You don't really know who this is. I'm like, bro, you not only gave her what she wanted, the fake validation, but now you preserved your rep for years to come with other girls too, just in case things go sour. So I'm like, man, my boy, what another solid chess move. So just want to kind of share that with you guys too. This boy's always winning.
Yeah, that's always a good move, man. Always watch out for these girls. Always try to get those selfies, man. Just be careful. Be careful. You don't want to get caught up in those.
I had a couple more. I just want to strategically pick these ones out. I wish Toss was on the episode. I was actually going to show him this one, but we're just going to bypass it. It's not that important.
Just save it. We'll save it for one.
We'll save it. Yeah, we'll save it for later. One of them that I did want to get to is, man, somebody took an L this week. Played yourself, Mr. Tom Brady.
Okay, I need to. Yeah, let me hear this one.
I mean, the so-called GOAT, of the NFL.
All right.
I mean, you guys see the sign up today.
Wow,
shout out to the LA Rams getting it done against all odds. against supposedly, the most potent offense of all time, et cetera, et cetera. AB.
Who said that?
AB, Gronk, Godwin, Jackson. I mean,
All old.
backfield.
All in their old age, yeah.
Okay. Now they're all old and stuff.
I mean,
but yeah, one of the most scariest offenses of all time. Probably like rated 100 on Madden. The Rams go out there. We just shut them down. We just force 2 interceptions. We just hold Brady to under 200 yards, and then win the game. So yeah, I mean, we did our thing.
Field goal.
We did our thing. Number 1 defense in the NFL. But we did our thing. And guess what? Mr. Tom Brady, doesn't shake our quarterback's hand. Jared Goff, he's a youngin in the league. He's still a young pup coming up.
We gave him his credit, man. We gave him his credit when we worked his ass
coming up, bro. He trots out to the field.
His credit.
After we just iced the game with another pick. Say, hey, let me shake.
Yeah.
Let me pay my respect. Let me just shake this old man's hand. We know we just dusted him. Let me just shake the old man's hand and let him know, yo, yeah, you tried your best. Come better luck next time. Oh, but what happened? Oh man, nowhere to be found. Oh, Brady Casper just ghosted. He's already in the showers? What?
Hey man.
But when he wins, he's out there super quick. Oh, let me go shake Drew Brees. Let me go shake this person. But, when you take that L to Nick Foles, you take that L to Jared Goff, you're just nowhere to be found.
It's because, look, we beat this dude.
Yourself, bro.
Okay?
We beat the best players. You hand
when you your team. When you lose because of your own doing, you don't want to be seen. You want to quickly go to the locker room and start doing those push-ups. Already start training for the next game. He doesn't want to go shake your hand because he knows it was his fault.
No.
Why would I go shake your hand knowing it was my fault? It wasn't that you beat me. It wasn't good game, bro. I beat myself. I need to go and train. I don't have time to go shake your hand, man. Tom Brady's getting old. He's getting old.
Eat that.
See, I'm not. See, I wasn't upset last night. I wasn't upset. Why? Because I see Brady do this now. I see Brady do this. He's at that old age where he thinks he can still make those passes, but he just can't. But he keeps trying for some reason. I don't know why. He thinks he's still
not there to stop him.
Exactly. And hey, Tom Brady is on his last dance right now. So nobody's gonna tell him nothing. He's gonna do what he wants. Cool. I'm not gonna be upset. What am I waiting for? The playoffs. When we get to the playoffs and we go all the way, we get through the same teams that we've been getting whooped by. When we beat them in the playoffs and we in the Super Bowl again, the last time, and Brady's there holding it again, number seven on a whole brand new team, first season. Then come talking about L's. Until then, though, I'm chilling, man. The Rams, y'all want to win? Here you go. You want to win? Cool.
We took the win, bro.
Here. Where y'all going?
Bro, you knew you were watching that game like, oh, yeah, we about to win. Okay, cool.
I did. I thought we were going to win.
The pick happened, you're like, oh.
Then it wasn't even the pick. It was just the defense, man. It was the defense. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But, hey, the Rams want it. I don't see the Rams doing nothing. They're going to take a win and do what? What's the win mean in a losing season? I mean, we're going to take the L, and we still going to go. We still got places to go. So, hey, unless I see you on the Super Bowl, I don't really care. I don't really care, man.
Hey. As we kind of wrap this up, did you have anything else that you want to go over?
Nah. Loser of the week. Didn't really have one other than, just the Clippers. When we go back to free agency, just last season they picked up, Kawhi, picked up Paul George. They say, it's championship or bust. Then they lost. Then they switch it up and say, oh, it wasn't championship or bust. We were building for next season. Okay. Now all your everything's over. What were you building for? So at this point, we now see it was all cap. They didn't have a plan from the beginning. First, they're saying, oh, this is championship or bust. Now they're saying it's, we're building for the next season. You lose Montrez. Reggie Jackson is being, shopped around. He might leave. All you got is Paul George and Kawhi. Kawhi's not happy over there. You're missing your main dude, who was Patrick Beverly's best friend, is gone. So now Patrick Beverly has no one to play around with. Lou Williams ain't happy over there.
Doc Rivers door.
Head coach gone. I mean, it's exploded. So your one chance is now done.
Oh, and then
you guys are back.
And Paul George both leave next year.
You guys are both. I mean, you guys are all done. You guys are back to square one. It's so crazy. Because to tell you the truth, I thought the Clippers were actually gonna be a squad for the next couple years. How many times Max Kellerman? The Clippers are gonna win the. And I mean, yeah, it's BS, but it wasn't stupid. It wasn't like a crazy idea. They had a squad. Now we're looking at the Clippers like, damn, y'all ain't. That team is really cursed. Like, that's crazy. How y'all have, like, that's crazy. How y'all have a team like that, and all of a sudden now you're just like, damn, like, what? And it sucks for Kawhi. It sucks for Kawhi. And I remember when we first talked about it, he said, I was backing up Kawhi. I was saying, he wants to go his own way. He doesn't want to go to the Lakers. He wants to go to the Clippers. Something, out of the ordinary. Again, it's the Clippers though, so that's a long shot. One I wouldn't take. I wouldn't go to the Clippers. But he was like, let me go to the Clippers. But now it makes him look bad. It hurts his legacy. I can't defend Kawhi when someone says, Kawhi is up there with LeBron, MVP, Finals MVPs, led a team. Because I'm looking at him now on the Clippers. I'm like, if that was LeBron, nah, he wouldn't let that happen. So it hurts Kawhi, because he's on that Clipper team, failing, But yeah, Clippers back to being the laughingstock, man. All after one season.
Yeah, I mean, all right, doesn't matter if I can say to that. I totally agree. It's over for those boys. I think they'll still be good. I mean, they're just not gonna beat the Lakers, and that's the whole point. Like they're not the top. They're not going to be the best. They were like top 4, at least top 3 in the league, at full strength, all their players on the floor. But now, no. So, yeah. I got and the last thing was interesting to me was just like I just want to give a quick shout out to Pasadena. I saw this article that said Pasadena is the Florida of LA, because apparently LA is going to ban all restaurants and sort of nightlife, I guess, businesses from operating to stop the spread of the virus. And Pasadena said, nah, we're just going to stay open and have people eat at restaurants. So I was like, dang, I didn't know any county or city was just gonna have the balls just to do that. But these dudes just said, nah, like we ain't shut down.
That's gonna be crazy. I think they're gonna start. Did they start the curfew over there already?
It starts tomorrow. So tomorrow's the last day. You can eat at a restaurant, and then after that, it's all shut down.
Man. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes. Especially
it's not even a curfew anymore. It's just you can't eat at a restaurant anymore. You can't eat outside anymore.
What about stores and Black Friday is coming up. I know. Everything's online, but still, you're gonna have people. I'm still seeing people, running around and stuff.
I'm seeing people at Best Buy, still standing in line and stuff. I think it depends on if you're classified as essential. It depends on how they classify essential. So apparently, eating outside isn't essential. But yeah, it was just interesting. Pasadena is just no, we're not going to do this. And you'll see there's so much polarization. People are like, oh, Pasadena doesn't care about lives, and people are like, oh, Pasadena is the only place where you can have freedom in LA. Blah blah blah. It's it's a very polarizing topic right now for people. But I just think it's cool for because the thing the thing they tried to do was a bunch of the restaurant association in LA tried to have a judge overturn the ruling, because they were saying give us scientific evidence that says that we can't operate like successfully during this pandemic. Like, give us some real data that shows that we're contributing to people getting more cases or whatever by having operations outside. And the judge was just like, nah, I'm not going to go against this. I'm just going to whatever. So Pasadena's like, yeah, until we get that evidence, we're just going to stay open. So I was like, I got to respect it. You know, I got to respect it. Because some people just like blindly just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to do whatever. But it's like, okay, what else? What are you going to do if I say no? Nothing. Also, I'm selfishly, you know, I went on a couple Tinder dates this week, and those were outside of restaurants. And now I can no longer do that. And what was annoying was like, I can tell like some of the girls were very, not nervous, but it was kind of like awkward because it's like, okay, we're outside. Like I can't bounce to another like venue. I can't go to another bar. So it's like, okay, all there really is like my house or it's over.
Yeah,
so it's like
too much. Yeah, you got to be. I don't know. I couldn't do all that.
There's no like
you got to worry about
game.
You got to worry about like being safe, and that's too much. You don't know what's not like, you don't know what's like the wrong thing to say or wrong thing to do. Like, you're like, if I take off my mask right now, is this gonna mess up the whole night?
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, dude, I don't know what my next move is. Like, I feel like this conversation went pretty well, but like my next move is like we just go home. So I don't have that middle step anymore.
Is she gonna think I'm trying to rush it? I don't want to be, outside. I don't want to. But yeah.
Yeah, so it was weird. So now I'm like, kind of need these restaurants open. That's all dead now. So because the girl was like, oh, well, we'll just hang out again sometime. Like, yeah, and then like curfew or restaurants shutting down. There's nowhere else.
Yeah, it's either your place or my place. Like
directly. And yeah. And it's not like I don't like people like, oh, just invite her straight over, bro. Invite her straight over. I'm like, yeah, like that's a possibility. If you're like very, very sure that she is worth
that's true.
coming straight over. But if you're a guy who actually like has any sort of standard at all, like you kind of want to vet out the girl to be like, okay, is this girl cool?
You don't want anyone plus you don't want anyone sick. You don't know, man. You can't tell them to take your temperature before you come into the door. Like, I don't know. But I haven't heard of any, cases like, oh, I had a Tinder date and they had corona and they got me sick. So I haven't really heard anything like that. I'm pretty sure we would have heard something like that. So.
Yeah, pretty sure too. But yeah, hopefully those situations turn out better in the future. But I think that's gonna be it for this week. Some interesting topics this week. I know we got Thanksgiving coming up. Gotta be weird. Is your family still like, you guys still doing the whole big shit, or like just gonna keep it small?
Yeah, do dinner, especially now since everyone's home anyway. Just gonna have a big dinner at home. Probably like turkey, ham, dinner rolls.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna come through, but I don't want Granny freaking out.
Hey, come through, bro. Come through as long as you bring some pie. Bring that pie for your mom.
Cool. I don't know. It's just tough though, because it's like everyone feels so weird about it. Like if I go to your house, I would definitely have to go to my parents' house, but then my dad will be like, "Oh, like, have you been seeing people?" Blah blah blah. Like, oh. It's just too hot. It's a little too hot right now just to be showing up. I even showed up at Tausifur's house. I showed up at Tausifur's house like last month, and his dad was like, "Oh, Justice, you're here." I'm like, "Yeah, she's in the bathroom." He's like, "Oh, okay, okay." He's like, I was like, then I remember like, oh yeah, the coronavirus. So yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Other than, I mean, you're just a black guy randomly popping up in their house.
No, he knows me. Like I've been there for a minute, but it's like, like maybe he's been reading a lot of like, Fox News lately and don't want to be around people and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to, like.
I mean, it's just Thanksgiving, bro. I mean, it's the same, how it is until you get your own family or whatever. You're not really gonna have the need to, cook a turkey and stuff. But if you got some friends over, roommates, it's always cool to hang out at least. But someone like me, I don't really care. I'm here with family, so I'm kind of just like forced to partake in the festivities. But it's just another day. Be thankful, thank God for what you got. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Watching football.
Yeah, fair enough. Enjoy that Cowboys game. Probably gonna lose, of course.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. And then one more month, we got the NBA coming back already,
Yeah.
which is just insane. But yeah, man, try to stay safe out there. A lot of craziness happening out there in the world. So yeah, we'll come back to another one. I think next week we may want to do the Patreon episode next week. So I'm trying to see who's available and how we want to structure that one. So we'll need to connect a little bit after that. But that one should be pretty
fun. Yeah, for sure.
We'll get into some juicier topics and let you guys know, how to move out here in these streets. There's some interesting stuff. We had our boy Brandon talking about witches, on his channel, and what to do if you're dating a witch, which I feel like you have probably done that maybe a couple of times. There's also a topic out there like, how do you get a girl in your team? Or even like, what girls, what are some guys that girls would even want to be on the team of? You know what I mean? Like from a girl perspective, that'll be interesting as well. So that was another topic that kind of came up. So that'll be interesting. We'll get back to you guys next week, same time. As always, signing off, Justice CJ, Game Recognized Game.